Choice here. Thank you so much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Here, I want to take a moment, quick word. As I travel through different countries, I see, as I mentioned before, this idea of colorism, fair skin, fair skin, fair skin, all of that kind of stuff. Stuff that we created, our ancestors way back, created and mutated and all of this stuff. This new breed that are behaving like badass kids right now. Getting on our last nerve. So forget about honor thy mother, thy father. They don't know anything about that. Honor thy mother who? Thy father who? They forgot. But we kind of like put them out too, so I guess we had something to do with that also. But hey, enough is enough. But in the meantime, as they done went around and made everything look fair, you got folks that living in a skin they can't stand. They're living in a skin they can't stand. They're running around trying to get stuff to change stuff. Like fear is the way that is it. The world. It's all good. So, while many are still dealing with colorism, I mean, look. Let me go off for a moment. It's serious, y'all. I mean, I go into certain places when I'm traveling around, and you can't even find, if you want to use a makeup or something for the darker hue, they don't. It doesn't even exist in their malls. It doesn't. They don't even bother to order it, as though the people that have that hue, which is the majority in the country, don't desire to put something on their face. So you get people walking around with shades, 3 shades too light, looking like ghosts. Okay, let me stop joking. All jokes aside. I don't want to start joking, because you know what happened with the comedian Chappelle start joking, start talking about people. You hear they tried to cancel him for telling jokes. So I'm not doing that. But in all seriousness, I said that to say this. We somehow created all of this, are participating in all of this, and don't know it. I talk about this all the time. And so, why? The question is why? Why did the majority on the planet, melanated people of the planet, which is the majority, back up and let the single digit % run everything? What happened? I talk about gullible. We made ourselves gullible so that we can go through this thing. I won't say nonsense, but I do usually use nonsense, but it's not. it is nonsense as in it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. And that's what I mean, nonsense. We can't make sense of it. But why did we do that? Create something that we then would have to contend with all these thousands and thousands of years later, as we watch them mistreat their mother and father, which is of a darker hue. Yeah. And perpetuate that throughout the world, where you have people hating their very essence, which is the melanin in their skin. The power, that which is part is the essence. They can't stand, so much so where they're willing to bleach it out. What happened? Well, it's a long story, but I can say this. It's like a crystal being fragmented. And now we have to bring the pieces all together again. We're out not knowing ourselves because we've broken or pieced ourselves away from our true essence. And part of that, from the physical perspective, we have to bleach that out. The essence, because that also is a reminder of who we be, though we don't know that. We don't know that. And because the images that are been whitewashed tells a very different story. They say a picture's 1,000 words, or more, tells a different story. So we're like far removed from anyway, that's the question. Why did we create something to give us this run? Is it so that we may run back and find ourselves? And perhaps it might start with accepting the color of our skin and loving that. And once we do that, it will begin to reveal to us or show us more, something more. So for as long as people are walking around denying the essence that connects them to all, they will be walking around disconnected because they've not learned to accept the melanin in their skin. The power within their skin. That which connects them along with your heart and everything, but the skin is the outer layer. It's the part that connects us to the physical. Your skin and your hair. This 4C here. Someone asked me the other day, why don't you just perm it? I said, somewhere I just want to stay connected. Yeah. Self-acceptance might be the key. Who taught you, I heard say, Malcolm X, who taught you to hate yourself? Because when you come to love yourself, as I said before, that's the first step. Anyway, much love. Choice here. Thank you so very much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. And of course, I'm going to go back and try to hit this again, speak about this a little more in depth. But in the meantime, this is it. Please subscribe, share. Much love. Namaste.